This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. What up? This is DC Channel Guns coming at you another gun video. Appreciate you watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I want to appreciate all my subscribers. I want to appreciate all the good information. I appreciate y'all for coming and supporting the channel. I appreciate that. So, one thing I want to talk about up here, I want to talk about SHTF situation. Now, one thing when it comes to SHTF situation, there are so many situations that, we must be prepared for. We need to be prepared for some type of economic collapse, some type of weather conditions, whether it's a tornado, hurricane, rainstorm. It's just so many weather conditions out there that you got to be prepared for. We also need to prepare for things that we have going on now, the coronavirus and stuff. You see that type of epidemic. You see how fast spread it moves. You see how fast paced that this stuff moves. A lot of people has passed from this virus and stuff like that. These are some of the things that, you have to deal with and stuff when you're, prepping or preparing for some type of disaster or whatever. But, I just want to give you food for thoughts. Just have the conversation. I'm talking about, because I watched a lot of these SHTF situations. I'm watching people doing like, they're in the woods, showing you how to survive in the woods and stuff, having, these bug out bags and, having all this medical equipment, food storage, farms and ammunition storage. I'm talking about just so much stuff that's going on. And, I just want to kind of, draw you back a little bit and hit the pause button, because with some of the situations I have seen, especially when it going on to this coronavirus and stuff, across the country, and looking at how other countries are doing certain things to keep the citizens in that country from, fleeing and leaving and stuff like that. And, I know now I'm going to talk about some scenarios and, maybe you have something different what I'm saying, but I'm just throwing this out there to try to get you to think when it comes to these situations and stuff that can happen in this country and other countries and stuff, and how how can you deal with it? Now, when it comes to gun laws and stuff in this country, the landscape is changing and stuff. I'm talking about when it comes to gun laws and stuff like that, they're banning things in different areas and states, taking away stuff and all this kind of stuff. Now, when it comes to a situation where, you must leave your home, I'm talking about, a lot of people say, hey, they're going to go out in the woods and survive and stuff like that. And, they're going to hunt and, fish and all this stuff they got. But, the problem is everybody's going to be going to the woods. I'm talking about, I looked at in China, they was taking dump trucks and they was pouring dirt on the major highways. Now, that's something to think about, because, a lot of us say, hey, we're going to pack up, the truck, the RV or whatever, and we're going to take off and we're going to go somewhere else. But in China, they actually took the dump trucks, they took the dirt, and they blocked off major highways so people could not leave. Now, you have to think about that. Now, that's something that really opened my eyes, because, with this, they trying to contain this virus or whatever, but, the situation where they're blocking off major interstates to keep you from traveling, think about that now. You can't take the major interstates, because what most people do, they hit the interstates to travel and everything, to try to go to another location. Now, a lot of you probably say, hey, I'm going to stay where I'm at, but, that's where it get even more, it gets even more mind-boggling, because, now, in some of these situations, okay, you home, you got everything you need at your home and stuff like that. Some of you might not be in an area where you might can go out and hunt for deer or hunt for something to bring food back home. If you run out of food, depends on how long the situation lasts. You got to think about water. Some of you might not live by a pond or somewhere where you can, have water filtration and stuff going on. I'm talking about, you can get deeper and deeper into the weeds when it comes to talking about some of these situations. And, are you going to have to rely on your neighbors? Are you and your neighbors and stuff y'all going to have to band together to, protect y'all area and stuff? I'm talking about, that's why you have to have a good relationship with your neighbors and stuff in these situations, because y'all might have to look out for each other, because, if it's an economic collapse, people are trying to rob people, steal people things and items and stuff. And then if you got a vehicle and stuff, and you got to think about gasoline and stuff. I'm talking about, you got to think about, You know, if the gas trucks can't come into your area and fill up at the gas stations and stuff, there's no gas in your area. So, you know, I'm talking about you have to think about your way of traveling and stuff like that. So now you're going to be on foot. You know, are you in shape to walk around? You know, some people might not be in shape. Some people can't walk. I'm talking about there's a lot of situations for everybody. So you have to think about these kind of things. You know, the power. Do you have any power and stuff like that? Most people, you know, rely on grocery stores, you know, for their food and stuff. You know, when they go to buy chicken, hamburger and stuff like that, it's already prepared. I'm talking about, you know, do most people know how to, skin a deer? I'm talking about, do most people know how to survive? Because, you know, in our way of life, we only know how to go and purchase these things that's already ready for us. You know, I'm talking about, you know, you don't have a lot of people growing food no more. I'm talking about most people go buy canned vegetables or frozen vegetables and stuff. I'm talking about, you know, when you're looking at some of the economic situations, it can get very rough. It can get very deep in the weeds and stuff. If you look over there in China and stuff, you know, with the virus and stuff like that, you know, a lot of the animals and stuff that probably could have the virus, they have to pretty much kill it off. And I'm talking about they can't use the food and stuff. I'm talking about in China, you had people who's already living in economic bad conditions and stuff where they're forced to eat bats and all this kind of stuff that contain these viruses and stuff that we're talking about when you come to the coronavirus and stuff. They're eating stuff like that to survive when you have a country who cuts them off from, you know, the food supply chain and stuff. So I'm talking about a lot of these things is, you know, get very deep. And they get mind-boggling because, you know, when it comes to the basic prepping and stuff like that, I know a lot of us are always talking about, you know, preparing, you know, to defend our homes and stuff like that, stockpiling ammunition, stockpiling guns and food and water, all your basic essentials, medical equipment. But, you know, there's other things that, you know, that could be out of your control that you have no control over, that you might need. I'm talking about because at some point, you're going to have to rely on other people. I'm talking about, you know, maybe someone in another area might have something that you need. You might have to barter, trade. I'm talking about it gets real deep. And to me, it seems like it's no perfect way to prep now because, you know, the landscape has changed and, you know, different tactics that might arise that you don't see coming might affect your planning that you think that you have a perfect strategy. And, you know, a lot of people think they have the perfect strategy. And, you know, your perfect strategy can be thrown off for something that you did not see coming. It could be anything. And that will set you back at the time of whatever moment that you're in. So, you know, I just want to get you to thinking about when it comes to prepping, because, you know, there's a lot of people think they got it figured out. And, you know, if you're trying to defend your home or whatever the case may be, you don't know how many people might try to overtake or overthrow your area. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody say, hey, they're going to go out. I seen one person, but they're going to go out to the woods and they're going to do all this kind of stuff. But imagine how many people are going to be out there in the woods. I'm talking about how many people is going to be out there hunting. How long do it take for, you know, whatever area you in before all the food, the deers are gone because everybody done hunted all the deers and there's nothing else to pretty much hunt because everybody pretty much done, killed off all the food and stuff. So, you know, that's something you have to think about. And, you know, you might be in an area where it's a lot of land. I'm talking about a whole lot of land. You might can, you know, get further than some people who in another part of the area. But everybody isn't going to be in a different situation. And, you know, you can't say I'm a plan for where I'm at now because you don't know if you're going to be there when this situation happens. You might be somewhere else. So I'm talking about, it's just something that, you know, it's kind of been on my mind. I've been watching a lot of these preppers and stuff like that. And so many people think they have it figured out, you know, because they buy all this food, they get all this stuff and everything. I'm talking about you never know. I'm talking about you just never know, how this thing's going to turn out. Because, you know, looking at some of the other countries and stuff, things and stuff that they have done to their citizens and, you know, your government, you know, will your government come and take your area, take your land where you at? Will they take control of that stuff? Will they use it for the military or something? I'm talking about just throwing some stuff out because, you know, like I said before, anything that you have not thought of can throw every plan that you had thought that you had together off quickly. So, you know, just want to kind of give you some food for thoughts and everything about when it comes to the SHTF situations, because I don't think nobody has the perfect plan. Because, you know, just soon you think you have a plan, something could come that you never thought of. And, you know, when it comes to this coronavirus and stuff in the other countries and stuff, seeing some of the tactics and stuff that they did, man, I'm talking about it's mind-boggling to me. And that kind of makes me think about my situation, think about things that, you know, is unprepared. You know, I got a long way to go when it comes to strategy, surviving different types of situations. Some situations your plan might work for. It might work for a weather situation. It might work for economic collapse. It might work for a virus situation. I'm talking about, you know, imagine how much gear, how much stuff that you have to be prepared for this. And, you know, a lot of you always expressed on some of my videos when we talking about stockpiling ammunition stuff, where you can't carry this much, you're not going to be able to do all this. And, you know, that's true. I'm talking about, you're very true. I agree with all that, what you're saying. And, you know, with some of the stuff I just mentioned on this video, that's even more stuff. You know, do you have a vehicle that can have that? And then once you have the vehicle that tote all this stuff around, can you protect all your stuff? Are there going to be any roadblocks? Are you not going to be able to leave your area? So I'm talking about, you know, we can go on and on and on. So I just want to talk about that, not saying, hey, you know, what you're doing is not working, it's not a good plan, but just trying to let you to see the broadened aspect when it comes to these situations. So it have made me think deeper and kind of set me back and, you know, look at, you know, have a wide view of a lot of stuff that's going on. So this is DC Channel Guns, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.